From being homeless to a worldwide multi-talented star. Born in July 1969 in the Bronx, New York, Jennifer Lopez is one of the most iconic entertainers of the last couple of decades. She has taken home many AMAs, Billboard Latin Music Awards, and other accolades. Unfortunately, her road to greatness was not a walk in the park. While Lopez's relationship with her mother, Guadalupe, is adorable nowadays, she was part of why Lopez was homeless for months. Lopez has been passionate about dancing since she was young, so it was only natural for her to be interested in that growing up. However, her mother was not supportive. After spending only 2 semesters in college, Lopez told Guadalupe and her dad, David, that she wouldn't return to school because she dreamed that she was supposed to be in show business. Lopez wanted to try dance full-time, and David not only was okay with her dropping out of college, but also encouraged her to go with dancing. Guadalupe's reaction was the exact opposite. She and Lopez got into a huge fight because she didn't want her daughter to drop out. At some point, Guadalupe told Lopez that if she left school, she could no longer live in her house. Lopez and Guadalupe's relationship fell apart after that argument, especially because the pop icon took a leap of faith and left her parents' home to pursue her dream. In January 2021, she launched her skincare line, J.Lo Beauty. She also worked as a judge on the talent show competition World of Dance and is expected to appear in a few movies, including Marry Me and Shotgun Wedding. As per her love life, she and former professional baseball player Alex Rodriguez broke off their engagement after being together for 4 years. Nowadays, she is dating another Hollywood A-lister, Ben Affleck. What a life! Lopez ventured into the music industry with her debut studio album on the 6th, 1999, which helped propel the Latin pop movement in American music, and later starred in the psychological horror The Cell, 2000. With the simultaneous release of her second studio album J.Lo and her romantic comedy The Wedding Planner in 2001, she became the first woman to have a #1 album and film in the same week. Her 2002 release, J to the L.O. Remixes, became the first remix album in history to debut atop the US Billboard 200. Later that year, she released her third studio album, This Is Me, then and starred in the film Made in Manhattan. After starring in Geely, 2003, a critical and commercial failure, Lopez starred in the successful romantic comedies Shall We Dance? 2004, and Monster-in-Law, 2005. Her fifth studio album, Como Ama Una Mujer, 2007, had the highest first-week sales for a debut Spanish album in the United States. Following a relatively unsuccessful period, she returned to prominence in 2011 with her appearance as a judge on American Idol and released her seventh studio album, Love. From 2016 to 2018, she starred in the police drama series Shades of Blue and performed a residency show, Jennifer Lopez, All I Have, at Planet Hollywood, Las Vegas. She also produced and served as a judge on World of Dance, 2017 to 2020. In 2019, she garnered critical acclaim for her performance as a stripper in the crime drama Hustlers. Lopez is considered a pop culture icon and is often described as a triple threat entertainer. With a cumulative film gross of $3.1 billion and estimated global sales of 80 million records, she is considered the most influential Hispanic entertainer in North America. In 2012, Forbes ranked her the world's most powerful celebrity and the 38th most powerful woman in the world. Time listed her among their 100 most influential people in the world in 2018. Her most successful singles on the US Billboard Hot 100 include If You Had My Love, I'm Real, Ain't It Funny, All I Have, and On the Floor. For her contributions to the recording industry, she has a landmark star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and has received the Billboard Icon Award and the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, among other honors. Her other ventures include beauty and clothing lines, fragrances, a production company, and a charitable foundation. Lopez's first professional job came in 1989 when she spent 5 months touring Europe with the musical revue show Golden Musicals of Broadway. She was the only member of the chorus not to have a solo and later characterized it as a pivotal moment where she realized the importance of a tough skin in the entertainment business. In 1990, she danced alongside MC Hammer in an episode of Yo! MTV Raps and traveled around Japan for 4 months as a chorus member in Synchronicity. She returned to the United States. She was hired as a backup dancer for New Kids on the Block's performance of Games at the 1991 American Music Awards. She also traveled around America with regional productions of the musicals Jesus Christ Superstar and Oklahoma. During this period, Lopez also danced in music videos including Doug E. Fresh's Summertime, Richard Rodgers' Can't Stop Loving You, EPMD's Rampage, and Samantha Fox's Hurt Me, But the Pants Stay. On Lopez's most high-profile job as a professional dancer was as a fly girl jazz-funk dancer on the sketch comedy television series In Living Color, which starred comedians including Jamie Foxx and Jim Carrey. At the New York audition, the show's choreographer, Rosie Perez, noticed that Lopez had star quality and did not complain, not once when asked to repeatedly perform the dance routine. Lopez moved to Los Angeles in late 1991 for the job. She filmed In Living Color during the day and attended acting classes taught by Aaron Spicer at night. The head of Virgin Records considered signing the Fly Girls as a girl group to rival the Spice Girls, but the deal fell apart. After appearing as a Fly Girl in seasons 3 and 4 of In Living Color, Lopez left to work as a backup dancer for Janet Jackson and appeared in the music video for That's the Way Love Goes. She was scheduled to tour with Jackson on her Janet World Tour in late 1993 but opted to pursue an acting career instead. Lopez's first professional acting job was a small recurring role on the television show South Central, 1994. She was invited to audition for the pilot by a casting director who had seen her speak to camera during a behind-the-scenes In Living Color segment. Lopez then acquired an agent and was cast in the CBS show Second Chances and its spin-off Hotel Malibu. She appeared in the direct-to-video drama film Lost in the Wild, 1993, for her first major movie role in Gregory Nava's 1995 drama Mi Familia. Lopez received a nomination for the Independent Spirit Award for Best Supporting Actress. Lopez then starred in the action comedy Money Train, 1995. Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times said she mostly holds her own with co-stars Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, while Stephen Holden of the New York Times praised her scene-stealing charm. In 1996, Lopez had a supporting role opposite Robin Williams in the comedy Jack. She next starred opposite Jack Nicholson in the neo-noir thriller Blood and Wine, 1997. David Rooney of Variety felt Lopez delivered in juggling the smoldering and soulful sides of the character, but Lisa Schwartzbaum of Entertainment Weekly said she was used as a place marker rather than as a real girl. Lopez launched a music career in 1999 because, after Selena, she had missed the excitement of the stage and was really feeling her Latin roots. 73 Lopez's new manager Benny Medina sought to position her as a brand name that will cross over into all media. Lopez recorded a Spanish-language demo for circulation among prospective labels. Tommy Mottola, the head of Sony Music's work group, signed her but suggested that she sing in English instead. Her debut album On the Six, named after the 6 subway line which connected her childhood home in the Bronx to Manhattan, was filled with what Ed Morales of the Los Angeles Times described as state-of-the-art dance pop, even if Lopez's vocals are largely anonymous. The album was a success and Lopez's debut single, If You Had My Love, topped the Billboard Hot 100, with another single, Waiting for Tonight, reaching number 8. In 2000, Lopez and then-boyfriend Sean Combs attended the Grammy Awards, with Lopez wearing a plunging green Versace silk chiffon dress. The dress generated worldwide attention and became the most popular search query in Google's history, leading to the creation of Google Images. Lopez returned to the big screen in 2000, starring in the psychological thriller The Cell. David Edelstein of Slate remarked that the imperious Lopez was trying to look waifishly expectant, while Amy Taubin of The Village Voice noted that she appeared to be engaged in some kind of pouting competition in lieu of acting. Lopez became the first woman to have a #1 film and album simultaneously when, in early 2001, the romantic comedy The Wedding Planner, co-starring Matthew McConaughey, and her sophomore album J.Lo were released in the same week. In a review of The Wedding Planner, Bob Graham of the San Francisco Chronicle remarked that, while there was no doubt of Lopez's screen poise or acting chops, she should choose comedic projects with more bite. Jessica Winter of The Village Voice found her bewilderingly miscast as a buttoned-down, celibate woman, writing that the movie achieves the dubious but perversely impressive feat, for its 90-minute duration, of neutering Jennifer Lopez. The album J.Lo received mixed reviews. John Perrells of Rolling Stone was unimpressed by her merely adequate, studio-assisted voice. While dance pop doesn't necessarily demand great singers, Lopez is just scraping by. J.Lo ultimately became the best-selling release of her career, and included the singles Love Don't Cost a Thing and I'm Real, the latter of which reached #1 in the US. In other 2001 work, Lopez launched her first business venture, the clothing line J.Lo by Jennifer Lopez, and starred opposite Jim Caviezel in the romantic drama Angel Eyes. Lopez's performance was well-reviewed, with Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle describing her as an actress who can do things other movie stars can't do. She doesn't push, just thinks, and her thoughts and emotions burn into the film. A romantic comedy Made in Manhattan, 2002, in which Lopez starred opposite Ralph Fiennes, became the highest-grossing film of her career. Reviewing Made in Manhattan, A.O. Scott of the New York Times enjoyed Lopez as a romantic lead and said her greatest skill as an actress and the key to her brain-addling sexiness may be her ability to melt without cracking the hard shell of composure she wears. She starred as an abused wife seeking revenge in the thriller Enough. An overworked Lopez suffered a nervous breakdown in 2001 while filming it. Upon its release in 2002, Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times was unimpressed by the tacky material and was surprised to see an actress like Jennifer Lopez involved with the project. Nathan Rabin of the AV Club said the film's idiocy works for Lopez. Every diva needs at least one camp classic on her resume. Lopez released 2 albums in 2002. The first was a remix album, J to the L.O. The remixes, featuring rappers Ja Rule, 50 Cent, Fat Joe and P. Diddy. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, with its lead single Ain't It Funny, Murder Remix, reaching the top of the Billboard Hot 100. Lopez's third studio album, This Is Me, Then, was released in late 2002. John Caramanica of The Village Voice was unimpressed by her studio-enhanced vocals and expressed bemusement as to how the mega-millionaire Bronx expat public fantasy bombshell was making the least interesting music on the pop charts today. Despite having the highest opening sales of Lopez's career, the album charted at #6 on the Billboard 200. The album's lead single, Jenny from the Block, peaked at #3 on the Billboard Hot 100 while its second single, All I Have, reached #1. In 2002 business ventures, Lopez opened Madres, a Los Angeles restaurant serving Latin cuisine, and released her first fragrance, Blow by J.Lo. It became the top-selling fragrance in the US, and Lopez has since released over 18 fragrances as part of a licensing deal with Coty. Lopez is a supporter of the Democratic Party and has a long history of backing Democratic candidates for public office. Lopez is also an avid supporter of LGBT rights and has raised millions of dollars for HIV/AIDS research. In June 2013, AMFAR presented Lopez with its Humanitarian Award for her philanthropic work. That September, she was awarded the Ally for Equality Award presented by the Human Rights Campaign for her support of the LGBT community. The following year, she received the GLAAD Vanguard Award. In July 2016, Lopez released a single entitled Love Make the World Go Round, a collaboration with Lin-Manuel Miranda, which benefits victims of the Orlando nightclub shooting. She was also featured on the song Hands along with numerous other artists, also benefiting those affected by the Orlando shooting. Among numerous other artists, Lopez signed an open letter from Billboard magazine to the United States Congress in 2016, which demanded action on gun control. Lopez endorsed President Barack Obama in his 2012 presidential campaign, speaking in television advertisements and attending a fundraising event for Obama in Paris. She endorsed Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton in 2016, headlining a free concert in Florida in support of her that October. In June 2020, Lopez attended a Black Lives Matter movement protest in Los Angeles in connection with the broader George Floyd protests. Lopez has also been an active advocate for the Time's Up movement. Lopez is regarded as the most influential Latin performer in North America, credited with breaking ethnic barriers in the entertainment industry. In 1999, Lopez said, "The responsibility of being a role model for the Latin community initially kind of scared me because you don't want to let anybody down and you don't want to do anything wrong. I've always wanted to be the best that I can be, and I think that's more what they look to. You know, she's up there. She's doing it. She's from the same place we are." In 1999, the Record newspaper observed that she was responsible for the introduction of a Latina presence in the film industry. It was a whites-only preserve for much of its history. Described as a multidimensional artist who had turned into a financial powerhouse, Lopez became the highest-paid actress of Hispanic descent in history. As of 2022, Lopez has sold more than 80 million records worldwide, and her films have grossed a cumulative total of $3.1 billion US. She remains the only female entertainer to have a #1 album and filmed simultaneously in the United States. With her second studio album J.Lo, 2001, Lopez became the first female solo recording artist under Epic Records to achieve a #1 album in the United States since its inception in 1953. Album J to the L.O. The Remixes was acknowledged by the Guinness World Records as the first #1 remix album in the United States. In 2010, Lopez was honored by the World Music Awards with the Legend Award for her contribution to the arts. Lopez's returned to prominence the following year with her single On the Floor among the best-selling singles of all time, and its music video recognized as the highest-viewed female music video of all time by Guinness World Records in 2012 is regarded as one of the greatest musical comebacks in history. In 2013, she was presented with the prestigious landmark 2,500th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for her musical contributions, and Univision presented her with the World Icon Award in its Premios Juventud. In 2014, she became the first female recipient of the Billboard Icon Award. Billboard magazine ranked her as the 9th greatest dance club artist of all time in 2016. In 2017, she was awarded the Telemundo Star Award. In 2018, Lopez received the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award at the 2018 MTV Video Music Awards, making her the first Latin performer to claim the prize since its introduction in 1984. In 2022, she became the first person of Latin descent to receive the MTV Generation Award at the MTV Movie and TV Awards. She is also the first and only person in history to receive both the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award and MTV Movie and TV Awards Generation Award for her accomplishments in music, film, and television. And that's it for this video. If you like what you see, give us likes and subscribe for our platform to grow.